Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today we're going to present case study 1 presentation ethical hacking. My name is Nur Safia binti Muhammad Amin Tawakal. Matrix number F1120.
My name is Siti Atira binti Nur Asmawi. My number matrix is F1122.
My name is Nora Kila Nadia binti Nuriza. My matrix number is F1150.
For the introduction is a WASP bodies to gather and show data finding from penetration testing activities on the client environment. The test environment simulates a Linux-based server similar to Metasploit Table 2. Penetration testing is cybersecurity practice where ethical hackers simulate cyber attack to find vulnerabilities before real attack do. The client is especially concerned about legacy weakness, especially related to password issue. So our task is to simulate real-world attack, identify secure flaws, and recommend solution using tools like Kali Linux, VMware, Metasploit Table 2, and DVWA. So this we use a software VMware, Kali Linux, and Metasploit Table 2. For the tools is we use Nmap, John the Ripper, and DVWA, which is a damn vulnerable web application. So this is a output of implementation of trust to target. So this we call Nmap scan. The command is Nmap space dash sv space IP address Metasploit Table 2. So the output we can see many port is open. So this is result interpretation. So the purpose of network scanning is to identify open ports, running service, and system version on the Metasploit Table 2 target. So the importance of scanning before an attack is this step is crucial because it helps attackers understand the attack surface and choose the right exploit for a more accurate and successfully attack. Without scanning, attack will be blind and less effectiveness. So this is a step by step for crack password. So first is login Kali, then login Metasploit Table 2, and the next step is normalize for ifconfig at ifconfig Kali and ifconfig Metasploit Table 2. For the next step is we can use for command msf console, which is when the run msf console is we enter the Metasploit Table 2 in Kali, and then when we in the Metasploit Table 2 in Kali, we can use the command is use exploit dash unix dash ftp dash fsftpd, which is for exploit ftp backdoor. Then you can set the IP target, use the IP Metasploit Table 2, and then the next command is the run. After you run, you can use command shell, and you can use the command is cat space dash etc space shadow. For the next steps, as we can see, the line user have a hash, which is a MSF admin. Is a Metasploitable tool. So you can copy the line and you copy and exit, and you can create new file nano hash.txt, and then you can paste line hash MSF admin at the file nano.txt. So after you paste, you can choose Y which is provide to yes, and then tap enter. After that, this is a command for crack hash. So the command is john space hash.txt. So after you enter the command, you can see the output is type hash is a MD5 crypt. Cracking tool, we use the John the Ripper, and the command and the output password and the ID login is a MSF admin. And so the cracking technical and analysis, we have a tool use John the Ripper. So the result is password MSF admin successfully cracked. So why it success? Because it's a weak hash algorithm, which is a MD5. Then default and predictable password, and lastly is a no strong password policy enforced.
This slide is about exploit vs FTPD at the FTP service step. First, login Kali, and second step is login Metasploit Saber2. After the login Kali and Metasploit, you must use command ifconfig in Kali and use command ifconfig in Metasploit Saber2 to get the IP address. Step 5 is launch Metasploit Saber2. Use the command msf console in Kali. After you use the command msf console, you step 6 search for VSFTPD export module, and the command you use in this image is search VSFTPD to get the output matching module. Step 7. Select the correct exploit module. Use the command use exploit/unit/ftp/vsftpd_234_backdoor. After use the command of step 7, in the step 8, view available configuration option, and the command we use is show option and get the port 21. Step 9, set the required parameters to set the rhost and set the rport. Step 10, set the target IP address of Metasploit table, and step 11, set the FTP rport. For the step 12, run the exploit. Use the command run, or you can use command exploit to get the function. And the final step is 13. Final step is 13. Verify root access. After use command ID, and we get output UID equals 0 root and GID equals 0 root.
So for DVWA, then vulnerable web application step, first we need to log into Kali. Before download DVWA, we must check if Apache 2, MySQL and PHP is already installed on Kali. Next, search DVWA on website and click on the first link. Click on the code and copy the link. Next, we have to be in var www html directory. Next, we use git clone. If we use git clone https github, the permission will denied. So insert command sudo git clone to clone DVWA from GitHub, then copy the link. Next, check if DVWA have been added in the file list by doing ls command. Next, permission set using sudo chown and sudo chmod, so Apache can read or write file and file are executable when needed. Now it have to be in DVWA directory, then list the file using ls command. Be in config directory by cd config. Next, sudo cp config in php disk and config in PHP. Open the config in PHP file using text editor mousepad. Search for db user and db password. Change the user and password and save the file. And start the service using sudo service apache start and sudo service mysql start. Next, run the command sudo mysql to create database. So we need to create database DVWA, grant all privilege on DVWA, flush privilege and exit. And next, open browser and search for 127.0.0.1/DVWA. Next, insert user and password that have been saved in config in PHP file on the text editor and click login, and DVWA will open successfully. For the manual test, first we click on SQL injection and insert value, for example 5 and 1 equal to 2, and click submit and check in the link to see if it's success. So this web application testing was locally using Apache and MySQL, and DVWA is installed in Kali, so it use HTTP localhost/DVWA, or it can also use 127.0.0.1 for the testing. Next, click right under SQL injection, select inspect, search for the input, and copy the CSRF token value and paste beside the command beside user token. Next, click on the button, then select storage, click cookies, click on localhost, then copy the value of PHP SESSID, then paste it beside the command. Run the command and it will list the available database. Next, run this command to create table for DVWA by adding tables and batch. Then it will create the table for DVWA database. Run this command. This SQLMap command is to extract all data from users table inside DVWA database, and it will list all data from users table. It will also list uses data in a table. Next, to use Burpsuit for SSS or file upload, first run sudo Burpsuit to open the Burpsuit. Since the Burpsuit have a problem to open using command, we open the app manually. Go to Kali application and search for Burpsuit. Now that is the interface for Burpsuit application. Next, make sure the DBWA security is low by clicking on DBWA security. Select low and then click submit. Now the security is set to low. After that, make sure the DBWA is set to 127.0.0.1/DBWA. Next, open browser and set the proceed to 127.0.0.1 for default Burpsuit proxy setting. And next, go to Burpsuit app, click on Burp, then click on setting. On the search bar, search intercept and make sure the intercept is enabled. After that, go to DBWA website and have login, get on XXS reflected, insert test payload in the input field and click submit. Now it successfully requests the SSS and click OK. This is the result after submit. The Burpsuit will intercept the request. Now the 127.0.0.1 8080 will show up in the Burpsuit application. Unfortunately, it can't show the request in Burpsuit app because there is problem on my Burpsuit application and I can't update the app so the request doesn't show up in the Burpsuit. But here I state the example if the requests are successful. This is the request in the Burpsuit app after we submit the payload. If we want to see the more detail of the request, we can click on Pretty. Now, right click and click on Send to Repeater. After clicking Send to Repeater in Burpsuit, go to the HTTP history tab to review the request. Check the URL or response body to see if the XSS payload is reflected. If the payload is visible or executed, it means the XSS attack was successful.
This slide is about display privilege escalation. First, exploit. For the point of exploit is FTP service exploitation, using the Metasploit module to exploit vulnerabilities in FTP service version 2.3.4. The command we use for this privilege escalation is, first step is use exploit /unit/ftp/vsftpdisk _234 backdoor. Second step is set rhost and rport. Third step, you can use exploit or run for the command. Establish a reverse shell connection to the attacker's machine with root privilege. Second is command use. Privilege confirmation. After successful exploitation, confirm root access using the command. The command first is id. After the command, after the use the command id, we get output uid and 0 root, ngid 0 root. Confirm automatic privilege escalation. Third is output analysis. You can see the access to sensitive file. Root access allow retrieval of sensitive files like command etc pswd and command /etc/shadow. The command we use for this output analysis is cat /etc/shadow. and the output we'll get is you can see the in image output. We'll get MSF admin for the output, and the conclusion of this output analysis is extracted password hash are cracked using John the Ripper. Well, it's about why is successful? Because root cause of exploitation. First is about vulnerability in outdated FTP service, VSFTPD version 2.3.4. Second, a low bypass of authentication and access control, creating direct root privilege. Third is critical insight. System with outdated configuration are high-risk target.
So for the conclusion of all the slide presentation is from the testing done, we found that the system Metasploit Table 2 has several serious security issues that can be easily exploited. Some of the key findings include the first is a backdoor in the FTP service, which is VSFTPD 2.3.4, allow attacker to get root access. Second, the DV label A web app had SQL injection bugs that let us extract that data from the database. The third is weak password hashing made it possible to crack user credential. And the last is token like CSRV and PHPSESSID we misses to bypass login and run automate attacks. So for the overall, this show that outdated software and poor configuration make system very vulnerable, with tools like Metasploit, Table 2, SQL Map, and the John the Ripper, attacker can break in still sensitive data. This highlights the importance of updating system, fixing known issue, and strengthening security setting.